Hey everybody, it's Sam with Wrestling Overtime for your news and updates on April 1st. Happy April Fool's Day. And no, I'm not going to be playing any April Fool's Day jokes on you. We actually are going to go over some news and updates, in this bright and early, beautiful day. And we're also going to go in depth in a couple different articles. And I want to know what you guys' feelings are on this. I am hearing from more of you now, and I am pretty excited to have a lot of different kinds of discussions with you. Like I said, you can find us on Wrestling Overtime. We are on both Twitter and we have a Facebook page that you can make comments on. And you can always write me at wrestlingovertime@gmail.com. So I kind of want to fill you in a little bit on kind of the news and updates that have happened pretty much in the last 24 hours. Don't worry, I'm not giving you guys any spoilers or anything like that. But AEW did register some trademarks on March 26th of last week for the best summer ever, and they registered the Death Triangle. Now, I don't know about you guys. I was a little surprised that they did not already register the Death Triangle. I was shocked that someone hadn't came up with that and they hadn't immediately registered that as soon as they thought about using it. I guess maybe what they wanted to see is if the Lucha Brothers and Pac could actually get along, and if they wanted to continue as a faction after, performing together. I guess. I don't know that for sure or anything. But I am looking forward to the best summer ever. I think AEW is going to show us the best summer ever. I think there have been a lot of creative plans that have either been slowed down or been put on hold because of the pandemic, and I am looking forward to seeing what they're going to put on this summer once everything dies down. Now, AEW on Tuesday night, actually Tuesday during the day, announced that they were going to have a TNT Championship tournament. And they basically introduced that they're going to have a mid-card title. The thing is they didn't announce what it was actually going to be called. Is it going to be a TNT TV title? Or is that what they're bringing back as an actual TV title? What, or are they going to call it something different? I'm looking forward. I kind of want to know about that. After seeing the tag team belts and the championship belt, I'm interested in seeing what this actually looks like also. But what they did was on Tuesday night on AEW Dark, for those of you who don't watch that, they announced the top half of the draw of the tournament. They are, what they did was they announced the first two matches with four guys, and then tonight on AEW Dynamite, they're actually going to announce the other two matches with four guys in them. So last night, for those of you who didn't watch AEW Dark, they announced Sean Spears, the chairman, with Tully Blanchard, is going to be taking on Cody with Iron Anderson. So I was like, wow. We have seen this match, but I'm interested in getting it going again. I was a little shocked that they dropped it as quick as they did. I was getting into the chairman, couldn't believe he hit Cody that hard and busted his open. And then since they have added Iron and Tully, this makes this even more interesting. But they blew me away with the second match. I literally thought these two guys were going to be in this tournament. Just not against each other yet. Not in the first round. I thought they would at least set this up for the semifinals or even the finals. They're having Sammy Guevara take on Darby Allin. And this one is going to get hot and heavy. With Darby Allin doing the videos that he has been doing over the last couple months of the Inner Circle and Sammy's name on the skateboard, and last week lighting the mask on fire on the table. I mean, this is going to be an excellent match. Cannot wait to see this match. Now, they did announce that the matches are going to start Wednesday, April 8th, which is next week. I'm thinking that they are going to have one match a week, because the finals are not scheduled until Double or Nothing, which is, I believe, May 23rd. It's May 23rd or May 24th. I didn't look before I started recording, but I believe it's May 23rd. And Double or Nothing, they are going to crown the new TNT Championship winner of the tournament. And so I'm pretty excited. AEW also announced yesterday that they are going to start filming at an undisclosed location somewhere in the southeast so that fans cannot show up at the venue. They basically got kicked out of Daly's Place down in Jacksonville, Florida. What they did was they are using the parking lot near there for a drive-through coronavirus testing. And so they don't want any of the wrestlers or anyone that works for them to be in that area where they could possibly catch it or, be involved in that. Plus, they don't want any of them parking, taking up spots. They don't want camera crews there running around or anything like that. Plus, you and I both know that if someone is driving through to get their coronavirus test and they see Cody getting out of his car, they're going to drive over there and want to talk to him. They're going to want an autograph. They're going to want a handshake. They're going to want a hug. They're going to want a picture. And, with social distancing, they don't want that to happen. So, to kind of keep fans away, they are not disclosing the location, and they are asking reporters, podcasters, radio people, TV people, not to disclose the location. And they're going to be doing a lot of different taping. It's my understanding that they taped yesterday, which was Tuesday, and they're taping today, which is Wednesday. And they're trying to get a lot of things taped up just in case they would get shut down. In case the United States would go on total lockdown. We, of course, know that there's a lot of states that are stopping you at the border asking you, what are you doing? And so it would be hard for the performers to get into a new state and actually, have these live everywhere. So they are taping some footage ahead of, normal so that they can actually get ahead of the curve in case they would get shut down. Then I actually read an article. It's up on, I retweeted it on Wrestling Overtime's Twitter page. I posted it, shared it on Wrestling Overtime's Facebook page. Feel free to go over there and actually read it. But what culture? Our British boys, they have their own podcast. I do recommend it. I listen to What Culture pretty much regularly, almost every day. They put out an article. Will WrestleMania 36 be the worst ever? And they actually think it might. And they gave us 10 different reasons why it might be the worst ever. And I kind of wanted to go over those, see what you guys think. Write me and tell me, do you guys agree with these or do you not? Because some of them I don't agree with. The first one was the build has already gone spectacularly wrong. Yeah, I can't help but give them this one. Yes, with Roman Reigns announcing on Instagram that he did not want to take a chance and be a part of WrestleMania, that he pulled himself out due to his compromised immune system where he has leukemia, he could not do the match. The Miz was sent home. He showed up, he had a fever, he was not feeling good, he was actually sent home. We know that Dana Brooks and Rey Mysterio have been quarantined, and we know that Andrade was hurt in the tag team match last week with Ricochet and Cedric Alexander. So, the build that they had fell apart. Well, yes, there are matches that don't have any build. They have no storylines. They have, I don't know, it's almost like they don't even have a clue. But I can't help but agree with this one. I don't know that it's going to cause WrestleMania 36 to be the worst ever, but it does not help it. Their second reason was it's taken place in an empty gym. Well, yeah, I kind of agree. But I kind of don't. Because we've seen every week that this has went on, the Performance Center, they've jazzed it up some. Yes, the Performance Center was basically a gym. It was a workout facility. It's where they trained. But they keep jazzing it up and keep jazzing it up. They've taken away the chairs. They added the platform and different things. So they've been kind of working on it. But we also have some gimmick matches. And I don't know whether or not those will actually take place in the Performance Center or not. So I think we're going to get a mixture. I think Aleister Black, Bobby Lashley, which goes back to reason one, there's no build on that. It's embarrassing. I can't believe we're having it. But yeah, I think that's going to take place at the Performance Center. It's going to be an empty gym. It's probably going to have an empty gym feel because it's going to be on the pre-show, on the kickoff show, and Aleister Black should destroy him. We'll see. But anyway, so I know that may have the empty gym feel. Is the Boneyard match gonna have an empty gym feel though? I hope not. I don't know. But I hope not. Their number 3 reason is there's a lot of pointless matches. Hey, they have my vote on this. I have been saying that for 2 weeks now. And they've made even more of them. I mean, Elias and Baron Corbin, like I said, Aleister Black and Bobby Lashley, the Street Profits, I don't even know why they have the belts. Taking on Angel Garza and Austin Theory, the whole tag team title match, is worthless. And then Bailey versus everyone, I don't think any of these matches are WrestleMania caliber matches. Aleister Black and Bobby Lashley is a house show match. You know, the tag team title matches, both of them, and Bailey versus everyone, those are good Raw and SmackDown matches. I mean, think about it. Is that not a Raw SmackDown match that Bailey versus everybody? Bailey versus 4 other people. That's what they do on Raw and SmackDown like every week. That's not WrestleMania. I know what they wanted. They wanted Bailey versus Sasha. They didn't get it. You know, Sasha got hurt and she had to do her record. She left. She took her ball and went home, and you didn't get to do it. Quit crying about it. But even Daniel Bryan and Sami Zayn, because there hasn't really been a build, it's just kind of been thrown in there. I mean, the build was Shinsuke, Sammy, and Cesaro versus Braun Strowman. But they finished that and didn't leave it for WrestleMania. And so there's no build for Daniel Bryan, Sami Zayn. It has all the makings of a great match because they're great wrestlers and they're great performers. But under this situation, yeah, I have to agree with the what culture guys that there's a lot of pointless matches. They could have cut this down. It could have been one night. The gimmick matches sound ridiculous. That's their point number 4. Well, yes, no. I don't know where I stand here. You guys need to write me and tell me where you stand. The Boneyard match? That sounds cool to me. Especially after AJ Styles admitted that it's basically a graveyard match or a cemetery match, but they didn't want to call it that because there's a pandemic going on. So they decided to call it a Boneyard match. Here is going to be the deciding factor. Are they going to have it outside? If they have this as a graveyard match, as a boneyard match, whatever you're going to call it, and they have it outside, and it's nighttime, and we have, you know, the Undertaker, the Dead Man, the Big Evil, the American Badass, whatever you want to call him, against AJ Styles outside in a graveyard at night. Yeah, I think it has the potential to be really cool. Now, I agree with the What Culture guys. If they just have it in a studio that they've decorated, yeah, it's going to be garbage. And you're going to hear me throwing a fit. I am going to be ranting over it. If they have bones that they bought at Walmart that are dog toy chew bones laying around that they throw at each other, or they have foam cemetery markers, headstones, I'm going to get mad. And it is going to be totally pointless. But it could be cool. Edge and Orton. I want to think this would be cool. Like I said on a previous episode, I know why they're doing a last standing match. Edge has not really been in a match per se. They don't know his conditioning. He hasn't had a lot of time to practice. He hasn't been wrestling a lot. They don't know if he's going to have the stamina. And so a last standing match can happen anywhere and everywhere, all over the Performance Center. And by getting there and Orton hitting on him or him hitting on Orton, they kind of get to rest a little bit. So I kind of understand why it's happening. Is it gonna be good? I don't know. Two other people, you pick any two other people, and I think this is a garbage match. Running around the performance center. I mean, what are they going to do? Jump off weight benches or go in, Shawn Michaels' office and tear it up? I don't know. But you have Edge and you have Randy Orton, and they're pretty creative. So I'm holding out hope that it's going to be a good match. And then, of course, the gimmick match that everyone has so much hope. I mean, everyone that I have talked to on the internet, on Twitter, in person, whatever, has said they want the Firefly Funhouse match to be unbelievable. And I do too. I hope Bray Wyatt and John Cena are at their creative best. They film it in a cinematic movie thing and they have a set. I hope it's a big set. I hope it's elaborate. I hope it has a lot of toys and things from Bray Wyatt's twisted, sick mind in it. I really do. I hope it has mirrors. I hope it has a lot of things. Are my expectations too high? Oh, yeah, probably. Number 5 that they listed. It's not really feeling like WrestleMania weekend. Well, I can't help but agree with that. It isn't feeling like WrestleMania weekend. I mean, we're not having an NXT takeover. We're not having the Hall of Fame. We're not having Access, where you get to meet everybody. We're not having the mini interviews on the E! Network and on ESPN and on all the different things where you see them walking to events and everything. We don't have WrestleCon. We don't have all the little indie shows going on. We don't have all the parties that you get to hear about, or like Joey Janela's beach party. We're not having that. And so it doesn't really feel like WrestleMania weekend. I'm not counting down. I should be saying, hey, I've got 3.5 days left. And I'm not. Number 6. The What Culture guys don't understand him. So their number 6 reason is Gronk and everything being about Gronk. Well, I'm going to go ahead and admit it, and I know that you guys are going to be writing me at wrestlingovertime@gmail.com. I am a New England Patriots fan. I love Bill Belichick. I hate that Tom Brady left and went to Tampa Bay. I hated it when Gronk retired. So I'm a Gronk fan. I think he's an idiot. I think he will do anything. There's not a doubt in my mind that he probably did eat a Tide Pod. But I think that he gives a little bit of character, goofiness to this WrestleMania. I think he will pull off something and we will all be talking about it come Monday morning. Whether he will do another terrible dance routine or he's gonna make a joke that only he gets, or he's gonna say something serious that we all get as a joke. I think he should be practicing his wrestling. If he signed a contract for the WWE and, he's going to do something like backstage, or he's going to interview, or he's going to host, or whatever, that's cool. But if he's actually going to wrestle a couple times a year, he probably needs to be working on his wrestling. I am just so excited that Vince McMahon refrained from making a Gronk Tyson Fury match or Gronk Cain Velasquez match. I mean, can't you guys see Vince just chomping at the bit to have done that? And somebody stopped him. I hope it was Linda McMahon. I hope she said, I'm taking all of your money. I will divorce you and take every bit of your money and kick you out of the house if you do that. Because she seems like the sensible one. So I hope she said something like that. Number 7. Roman Reigns is going to be missing. Well, okay. I don't think that's going to make WrestleMania 36 be the worst ever, though. I'm not a big Roman Reigns fan. And I don't think he brings a lot to the table. I think he has 2 or 3 moves, and that's it. I think he's the worst out of every member of the Shield. I think he has no personality, and he has been pushed on us. I was not looking forward to his Goldberg match. It was going to see who could do the 3 moves that they do the fastest and the best, and then they were going to call it good. I was not looking forward to that match, not even a little bit. So, guys, I don't agree with you on number 7. I could care less that Roman Reigns is missing WrestleMania. Number 8, it won't be the same if it's not live. And they say, how can it be a major event if it's not live? Well, I disagree with you. I agree with you on the point that it won't be the same. But I totally disagree with you that it can't be better. Because, think about it. They're going to get to edit all the botches. If Goldberg gets winded, they're going to be able to call timeout and actually let him sit down in a chair and give him a drink. He can actually go take a nap for an hour and come back, and they can start where they left off and edit it together, and Goldberg can maybe have the best match of his life. So, yeah, I think it can be a major event if they don't treat it as WrestleMania Live. If they treat it as WrestleMania movie or WrestleMania TV show, where you get to edit things together and you get to create sets and choreograph things and do it over and over until it's perfect, yeah, I think it can be great. Their number 9 is it's gonna be a long show. Yeah, I can't help but agree with them on that. Because when they break it down in this article, you guys need to read this article. When they break it down and they say night 1 is scheduled for 3 hours and 15 minutes. Night 2, Sunday night, is scheduled for 3 hours. Both nights, Saturday and Sunday, have a 1-hour kickoff show, which we know will contain at least one match, but will be a bunch of video packages. Then what we have is 8 hours and 15 minutes of WrestleMania. We've had that before, and it was awful. I am not looking forward to it. I am glad, though, that basically it's 4.5 hours long on 2 nights. And that's kind of what I'm telling myself. I think I can last, as long as my phone is charged up, for 4.5 hours. Because when they start showing the video packages, I can go get something to eat. I can play on my phone. I can tweet and tell everybody how much I do or do not like this. And I can connect with you guys. Feel free to tweet me Saturday and Sunday, because I will probably be looking at my phone. So I can get through 4.5 hours, I'm pretty sure. And then their last number 10 was everyone knows there were better alternatives. Well, I don't know anybody that can agree with that. Yes, there were better alternatives. Yes, they could have had it in early June at Madison Square Garden. Yes, they could have postponed it and possibly had it in July or August. Yes, they could have, waited this out and maybe had it in May. The logistics of all of that, we would still be griping. There are so many indie shows and Access and Takeover and the hotel rooms and WrestleCon and all of that if they would have had it in June, they wouldn't have had enough time to plan it. All the other extra stuff. So we would have still just had WrestleMania 36. Could we have had hotel rooms? I don't know. Is this going to be over? I don't know. So, yes, there were better alternatives. Yes, they could have canceled it. Yes, they could have postponed it. But part of me is kind of happy they didn't. I actually have plans this weekend. I am sitting here with my phone and I'm going to be tweeting you guys. I'm going to be doing podcasts afterwards, telling you the results, giving you my raves and rants, making a big deal out of this. I actually have plans. Last weekend, my plans were to watch college basketball, but they got blown out of the water. So that's the thing. Wrestling is going on and it's giving us something. And I can't gripe about it because at least they're trying. I mean, I kind of got to give them credit like that. Now, that was an article breakdown. Like I said, you need to come read that article on Wrestling Overtime Facebook page, or like I said, I retweeted it. It's on my Twitter page, or you can look up What Culture. It is an awesome article, and they go through way more than what I did. I was giving my opinions based on their reasons, but they make some pretty good arguments. Next news story, the next update we have, though, is from Dave Meltzer. He said, those of you who are Roman Reigns fans, you may be without Roman Reigns for a long time. And he's talking like a year to 18 months. He is thinking that Roman Reigns may actually stay out until they have a vaccine. He has children and he has a family. And the thing is, he's taken a great enough risk already, and this doesn't look like it's ending. And so even though they're going to start letting crowds come back eventually, they're going to start, scheduling events and meet and greets and things like that, Roman Reigns still has a compromised immunity. He still needs a vaccination. So we may not be seeing him for a year and a half, however long it takes for them to actually get a vaccine. On ESPN, Edge, they asked him, which I found pretty interesting. They asked him who he'd like to go up against next. And the reason why I found it so interesting is, you think about it, Edge has been gone 8-9 years. There are a lot of really good WWE superstars out there that he's never faced. So his number one that he talked about was AJ Styles. And when you think about it, it makes total sense. AJ Styles was always in New Japan or TNA. Edge has never taken him on. How great of a program would that be? He hasn't taken on Roman Reigns or Seth Rollins. Then after he named those three, his brain kind of got kicking in, and he rattled off and started talking about Kevin Owens, Cesaro, Shinsuke Nakamura, Sami Zayn, Aleister Black. Can you see Edge going against Aleister Black? That would be pretty cool. Matt Riddle, Walter, Ciampa, or the Velveteen Dream. Can you imagine the program that the Velveteen Dream and Edge could have? Those are some interesting choices. I am excited to have Edge back. I'm excited to see him get into some programs, especially if Vince will allow him to get into some programs with some of these people. A radio show, she's actually been asked this, I think, on a couple podcasts and a radio show, but people were asking Becky if she was disappointed that she's actually not main eventing this year. And I didn't expect her to say anything else. She was typical Becky and said, no. And when you think about it, why would she be? And she gave the perfect answer. Some years you main event, some years you don't. And it depends on your year. It depends on the program you're in. It depends on, about the fans and what they want to see and everything. And she talked, I'm not retiring tomorrow. This isn't the last time I'm ever going to be at WrestleMania. It's not like I have to main event this one. There's next year, or the year after, or whenever. She basically said, I'm not retiring tomorrow, so I'm okay with not main eventing WrestleMania 36. And it was a typical Becky response, and I just know a lot of you out there don't like her, and haven't liked seeing her up and down roller coaster, being good, being bad, and everything. Then, Sportskeeda came out with an article. Again, I retweeted it. It's on Wrestling Overtime Twitter, and it is on Wrestling Overtime's Facebook page. You should be able to find it easier on Wrestle Overtime's Facebook page. But they asked the question, should Braun win the title? Should Braun Strowman actually have the title? And Sportskeeda says yes. And they give 3 reasons. And their reasons were, he has waited long enough for a main event push. And he's had several main event pushes where they thought he was going to win the title and then he didn't. Well, I am playing devil's advocate. I don't think Braun needs the title. I think Braun's a big old baby. And I think they have pushed him. And every time he messes it up. Every single time he messes it up. He does something backstage, he says something, he gets in an argument with someone, he does something to make Vince mad, and I think he's proven he's not mature enough to handle it, and I don't know that he ever will be. Their second reason why Braun should win the title is it will give them fresh feuds and long-term booking. And their reason is Goldberg has never been supposed to stay. Roman was supposed to win this and take it over. And Braun is full time, and so the belt would be there full time. And they said, who does not want to see a Braun versus the Fiend feud, since they were both members of the Wyatt family? Well, I know you can't see me, but I'm raising both hands. I don't want to see that. I hated the Wyatt family. I thought they were a bunch of hilljacks. I couldn't stand their look. I thought they were dirty and nasty. I didn't like Braun a part of it. I know in real life he is very smart, but he doesn't play a very smart character in the WWE universe. I feel like the Fiend will run all over him and do mind games with him that he either will not understand or will totally tear him apart. I don't want to see that feud. And to get that feud, I don't think Braun needs to have the belt. So no, I don't agree with this. I don't see any reason why Goldberg can't stick around for a couple months. Heck, Brock does it. He shows up once a month. I mean, Goldberg can do it too. I just don't think Braun would be that great of a champion. Their third reason why they think Braun should win the championship is it's been a long time since a giant has held the world championship. And they use examples like Kane and The Undertaker and Mark Henry and The Big Show. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't like half of them. I couldn't stand Mark Henry and The Big Show. The Big Show, I think, is a waste. He's a clown. Mark Henry, he was okay. I like him on Busted Open. I love listening to him on the radio and listening to him talk and everything, but I didn't like him as a wrestler. I didn't like any incarnation of him. I hated sexual chocolate. Couldn't stand it. And so I just thought he was a big fat guy that should have gotten in shape and could have done miraculous things and didn't. Kane, I went back and forth on. I liked Cool Kane when he was hanging out and they were the Brothers of Destruction with The Undertaker. Did I like Corporate Kane? No. I thought he was stupid. I hated Kane with Daniel Bryan. I couldn't stand Kane taking off his mask. No. Just naming those people and trying to put Braun Strowman in the same league as them. No. I don't want to see that. I don't think that Braun Strowman is of any of them's caliber yet. He is nowhere near what the Big Show is. He is nowhere near what Mark Henry is. His name probably shouldn't be even uttered in the same sentence. So no. Don't want Braun Strowman to win the belt. Will he? I don't know. You guys need to write me and tell me. Do you think that Braun's really going to win? I'm being serious. Do you guys really think they're going to put the belt on Braun Strowman? Is he mature enough to handle it? Is he a big enough star to handle it? You guys write me and let me know. You can hit me up on Wrestling Overtime at Facebook, on Twitter, or you can write me at wrestlingovertime@gmail.com, and I will be more than happy to entertain a conversation with you guys about this, because I don't think he needs the belt. I really don't. But this is your news and updates for Wednesday morning on April the 1st. And if any breaking news happens or anything happens tonight with AEW, you'll get your AEW results show tonight and your Raves and Rants review, I would say probably sometime tomorrow. Then you'll also get a news and updates if anything breaks. Otherwise, I'm planning on doing a news and updates either late on Thursday or early on Friday to kind of give you the news and updates that are out there right before WrestleMania. But I will talk to you guys sometime soon.